mask, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Black mask, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God.
I woke up, then I logged in to that Urban X where they be flexing with that blog in. Put it down, cause my little homie called in. Had to bail him out, he in trouble with the law again. Black skin can't win in the white world. Seen a brother kill his own kid for that white girl. We ain't wanna go to school, but we had to. Every February it was scary in them classrooms. Shimmy y'all, shimmy yay. Old dirty bastards can't own dirty slaves, or they own dirty masters. Black Dot found a pot as a youngin', broke it down for his son, and now he serve it to the masses.
Black mask, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Black mask, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God.
Urban excellence, a product of my residence. From 4 to 44, Obama was the president. I told mama I ain't tryna go to church. I'm like Adam, every Adam is a product of the dirt. And I've been reaping what he sowed. I got the product, got the dirt. And I can teach you what I know, but then you gotta put in work. You in trouble if you waiting on the government. I told my bro I make it out the hood, and that's a covenant.
Peace. Welcome back to another episode of the Urban X Podcast. I am Malcolm. This is the Black Dot. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Yes.
For joining us. We appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
We appreciate your presence here.
Yes.
All of those good things.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes. I don't know if you can hear our noisy neighbors, but that's not going to stop the show.
Never stops the show.
You know what I mean?
Never.
Thank you everybody for joining. I see 305. I see Baton Rouge. I see Bahamas, DMV.
Okay.
Toronto, Canada.
That's
the
what's
Carolinas.
Up. Mm-hmm.
Thank you guys. South Central.
G in the building. Okay.
Thank you guys, man. We appreciate you guys for joining us. You know,
West side of Chicago.
Spend some time with us. You know what I'm saying? Philadelphia. Spend some time. But I said Ohio's always in the building.
Always.
They be deep. Can't lie.
Mm-hmm.
So what's up, man? How was your week?
Week is pretty good, man. Just trying to, get back under things, get back to work, fully back to work, and understand, what our mission is. Sometimes we lose sight of that.
Yes.
And I truly enjoy what it is that we do.
Yes.
And I'm always looking for ways. We are always looking for ways to make things better.
Mm-hmm.
I'm missing my grandson right now.
Yes.
So it's going to be time to get a dose of the big boy in it. I'm hearing he's appreciating school a little bit more.
He likes daycare.
He likes daycare, the little things.
He's having fun.
Yeah, meet little friends and, stuff like that, And his pampar's missing him.
Okay.
All right.
It's time to share.
It's time to share the young man. And stop being so selfish.
You're right.
Jeez.
My fault.
You and Avery selfish.
Yeah, man.
Keep them all to yourself.
Wait, he's actually wearing us down now. So I remember y'all telling us soon it's going to be take him.
Yes.
It's about that time.
Yep. We told you.
It's about that
You're
time.
You're going to be like, here. You want him here.
Yeah, it's about that time.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kevin McCone. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for the super chat early.
Certified Truth. Thank you again.
We appreciate the continued support around here.
Definitely. Before we get started, I want to send our thoughts and prayers, our condolences to the Perry family, Lamont Perry, his queen, Sharice Quarles. I think that's grandma. I want to send our thoughts and condolences out with you. The Urban X family are here with you guys. They shared something very personal. They shared something. It was on Facebook, so I don't know.
Well, if it's on Facebook, I think we can at least acknowledge it.
Okay. Well, we have a bigger platform, though. So.
Okay, it doesn't matter. I don't think it matters.
Okay. Well, they announced on their Facebook that they were expecting, to give birth to their son, and he was born asleep. That's the word he used in their post. As a new parent, I can only imagine.
Yes.
What that's like. That's what I said. Like that's why I wanted to start the show off just sending my thoughts out to them because I have no words for that.
Yeah, so we want to send our deepest condolences. They asked for privacy at this time, so we want to make sure we're very aware and not insensitive, but because they did put it out there, we want them to know that we feel you, we support you, and we're going to do our best to get you through whatever you need. So if there's a GoFundMe or something that comes later, please let us know, because as parents, like Malcolm said, and him being a new parent, the very thought of you looking for the future of your new king, your new prince coming about, and there are complications of this magnitude. We want to send our deepest condolences. The entire Urban X Nation wants to put a halo around you and your family and let you know we got you. Whatever you need, feel free to reach out, because one thing I can say about the Urban X Nation, we put up. Yes. You know what I mean? We put up, and so the condolences out to him and his family.
Definitely. All right.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
Before we get started, I got the 5 winners.
We got the 5 winners.
I got the 5 winners for the yearly Urban Exclusives membership.
Yes.
That Brother Oba donated. So I've reached out to them. They got back to me. So I'm going to set up all the stuff in the back end so they can enjoy.
Now remember,
content.
that's just a 1-year thing.
Yes.
You would have to renew it on your own afterwards. Yeah. So go into billing, because Malcolm also put up a great video.
Oh, yes.
How-to video.
Yes, so for the people who are in the membership and they're still having problems navigating, I put up a how-to video.
Like an actual video.
Yeah. With screen sharing, everything, show you where to go and things like that. So I put that in the community section. If you are a member, you can go check that out now. And for new members, you'll get an email with step-by-step with screenshots and the video.
Can't beat that. Can't beat that. We want to make this a user-friendly experience for you. Also, there was somebody who sent us a $60 money order. Yeah. Okay, old school. Yeah. And we will upload your information too as well. But some people are like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They just old school there. Let me send you the money in a sock, son. I sent you a dirty sock. But if you open that sock, there's something in there for you. Yeah. And happy birthday to you. I want the membership, and I don't have social media and that stuff. Yeah. So I send you money.
I was just like, all right, okay. Well.
Yeah. So we will sign you up as well.
Definitely.
Certain things we have to do.
Okay. Now we get started.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
The time has come, guys.
The time has come.
The time has come. So apparently, Afrika Bambatta and the Zulu Nation have been sued for allegedly sex trafficking a 12-year-old.
Yeah, this is heavy. These are heavy accusations.
Heavy accusations. Now, I remember when the date passed, I think August 14th was the date. Yeah. We was like, oh, I guess, he's out in the clear. Like, nobody put up
nobody. Right. He's going to skate through that a specific timeline.
Yeah, and then apparently this got in August 4th. So before the date came, and I'll read some of the details. It says that the organization has been accused of sex trafficking and prostituting a 12-year-old boy to older men during a 4-year span. In the case of John Doe, he's unidentified, versus Lance Taylor, who's Afrika Bambatta, the victim allegedly had sex with Johns at the Zulu Nation's national headquarters and at Bambatta's apartment. The victim claims he met Bam in 1991 and was a member of the Zulu Nation security. Now, this is very disturbing, and it's also very telling at what these people in power, whatever power you have, think you can get away with.
Yes, even though these are simply allegations. Yes, but we do understand that there's something was going on within the Zulu Nation. Yes, in the hierarchy that just was not of a pure vibration. Let's just call it for what it is. And I have to be clear with this, because I I did a lecture. It never came out for some strange reason. And I held all of them old school dudes who knew something accountable, because a lot of them tried to act like they don't know nothing.
Right.
I had no idea. You a fucking liar. Y'all knew something was out of pocket and y'all did nothing. And then when it exploded and became a public issue, you know what I mean, because of Hassan Campbell, Ronald Savage, and others, right? Then they wanted to act like, and even then, listen, they have a loyalty to each other you couldn't imagine. Them old school pioneer guys, none of them came out really and condemned the actions of Afrika Bambatta. None of them came out and said. They all were quiet. And they all were quiet in hopes that it will go away. Now, my issue with that is you cannot be a person of integrity and know that these things were going on. That's like the Sandusky shit at Penn State.
Yeah.
You want to blame all of them because somebody had to know Sandusky was doing so. It's the very same situation.
Right.
So because of Bam's contributions to hip-hop, we have act like, you know, and some of them blatantly look the other way. And I'm like, you had to know.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just because of your position in hip-hop. Proximity and what was going on. And now, it's a sister, her name is Letitia James or something. She has a whole 40-part.
That's not Layla Wills?
Yeah, Layla Wills.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. I get these names mixed up.
Yeah.
She has a 40-part series of you know, unveiling the intricacies of the Zulu Nation, Afrika Bambatta, their exploitation of young people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Who wanted to be down, and those who covered up for Bam's transgressions. You know what I mean? And I haven't watched all 40 parts, but
I think she's only up to like part 25.
No, she's up to part 30 something.
Oh,
now.
okay.
And her hopes was that the momentum of this documentary would lead some more people to come out and file claims. And from what I understand, they were supposed to have 3 or 4 more individuals who were willing to come forward and file their claims before the deadline. So do not be surprised if not just one individual, by the time they finish running through the paperwork, it may be 4, 5, or 6 individuals who have come forward and said, listen, this is what happened, and it is a tragedy.
And you know what I was thinking about when I first saw the story pop up on the timeline, was how just unsurprised I am around this, because if it wasn't for Hassan and Ronald Savage, like just years ago, just pumping it up on social media, this wouldn't be such a like, oh wow, okay, somebody's suing. You get what I'm saying? Like, oh okay, somebody's doing something about it. So shouts out to everybody involved.
And the name of the documentary is the Zulu Nation, the first gay family in hip hop. Now, I do not agree with that name.
Okay, I was about to say, I was sure somebody had a problem with that.
Star is behind this as well. I want to be clear with that. So I do not agree by saying, because that's a blanket statement to make. And there were plenty members of the Zulu Nation who were truly about peace, unity, love, having fun, the culture, dancing, using this as unity. And to say that this is the first gay family of hip-hop, that's a very strong statement to make. And I don't agree with the title, but that is the title, and that's the title that her and Star agreed upon. And yeah, so it's on YouTube.
Okay.
And again, like I said, so we, at least at minimum, Afrika Bambatta and the Zulu Nation are going to have to answer these charges.
Yes. Yeah. And I'm actually happy at the fact that some YouTube allegations, something that started on YouTube is actually making its way towards court. Like, because I don't understand why people think that they're lawyers, that they can, like, you know, they themselves can put out as many videos as they want and change the tides of law and how it goes. So I'm glad somebody's actually putting in that. I know it's an anonymous case right now, but somebody's actually doing the brave thing.
And we have to say this.
We have to say allegedly.
Allegedly.
We have to say allegedly, because obviously nothing has been proven, and you know what I mean. Usually, where there's some form of smoke, there's some form of fire.
And that's what I mean. Why I wasn't surprised. You know what I'm saying? At this time, it's 2021. We've heard these allegations since 2016.
And part of the reason I never
joined
joined any of these organizations is because I do not want to be aligned with an individual over truth and justice and integrity. Ever.
Yeah.
Ever. And you'll find yourself, like I said, when you give the core of yourself to something other than self,
Right.
whatever that individual goes through, because KRS-One, who I love, has made some really bizarre statements about Afrika Bambatta should be forgiven. And no matter what he did, because of his contributions to hip-hop, and I almost vomited when I heard him say it, right? So I don't ever want to be in position where I'm forced to hold down the individual because my existence depends
tied
tied of holding this individual up. Where if this individual crumbled, everything that I believed about hip hop or this and that, and this is somebody you're speaking to who used the principles of Afrika Bambatta with the elements of hip hop to help express my own views about hip hop. But I'm not aligned to none of them old school dudes.
Right.
I'm not aligned to any of their organizations ever. Because if there's truth and there's hurting babies over here and there is hip hop and I get to maintain an image, I'm going to always side on the side of truth. And no one should be violated from a human standpoint. And they were trafficking. See, that's the first I heard of that.
Same.
I've heard,
you
know, some things, but that means once I'm done with you, I pass you to somebody else. Ronald Savage made a similar statement. He was forced to sleep with his sister's boyfriend.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
He was forced to sleep with his own sister's boyfriend, and that's an abuse of power on a whole nother level. So if y'all are starting to pass around an individual, that leads to a whole nother situation. So let's see how this pans out and things of that nature.
Yeah.
You're listening to the sounds of Urban X.
So today, Joe Biden had a press conference in which he laid out a bunch of new mandates.
Oh, stop right now, Malcolm. You can't talk about this.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's mad. Y'all keep talking about this and that. I'm only kidding. Continue.
Yeah. Shouts out to the people. But he laid out a bunch of new mandates for the jab, and these mandates affect like about 100 million Americans who have not been vaccinated. So they are, a lot of people upset. There's been like a dictator Biden trending, stand down trend. There's a bunch of things trending right now, and I'm gonna go through some of what has been happening. So he's mandated employers who have
100 or more.
100 or more employees have to mandate that they get vaccinated or submit to weekly testing. Healthcare workers across the board all have to get it. What else? And a lot of these people and a lot of these jobs, they're not taking religious exemptions anymore. I think that's big. I think that's big because at this moment he has declared war on the middle class.
Yes.
He has declared war on his own citizens, basically, because
and
he
said he wouldn't do that.
And he said he wouldn't do that just a few months ago.
Yes.
And last September, I think it was December. He said basically to the point like, I can't force people. The president doesn't have that power. Now he's threatening. He literally said word for word that our patience is getting thin, and to the governors who are standing in the way of that, I'm going to use my powers to get them out the way too. So he's talking like a literal dictator at this point. Everybody right now is citing the 10th Amendment, which states that the separation between the state powers and the federal powers, and how the state powers, kind of overrule that. And then there's another subset of laws in which health mandates kind of trump all of that. But then there's mandates within that because that's only around surrounding businesses that require like interstate travel. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So so there could be a fight in court regarding this.
Gotcha.
And I'm very curious to see what happens, because right now Americans are faced with that decision. Like, what do you do? Do you comply?
Right. And it's a very trying time.
Yes.
And what it also suggests, as I say all the time, is that we're winning the war, but it appears that we're losing the war. And because they keep having to remix their shit, tells me that we're not collectively in compliance.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean individuals are not in compliance from here to here based on their individual needs. We spoke about that. So we're not up here telling you what to do. That is not our position ever. But we have to add balance to the equation in reference to what our options are. A mandate is not a law. We have to know the language. But when you hear mandate, I'm mandating, it automatically puts people in a position of fear and a position of powerless. I need my white people right now. I really do.
So I want to point out the hypocrisy in a lot of people's arguments. If you're for Biden, if you're whatever, right? So on Monday we spoke about the abortion laws that are happening right now in Texas. The Department of Justice is actually suing Texas right now over those laws and things like that. But you hear the argument. Kamala Harris just said it today, basically about the a woman's autonomy over her own body. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the argument. Like, I control my own body. I should be able to control my. And that's the argument across the board for people that are against this. But at the same time, if you use that argument over here with these mandates, it doesn't fly.
That's hypocrisy.
How ironic. You know
that's
what I'm saying?
hypocrisy up and down.
Yeah.
My body, my choice.
Right.
I don't want to sound like a white woman right now. But that's what it is.
Right.
So I need my white people right now.
Yeah.
I need to join forces with you for a common cause greater than you being a cave dweller and me being,
Jimmy Kimmel even said that people who are unvaccinated should not be allowed like hospital beds and stuff like that. And which is so crazy to me because he has a sickly son. His son was in and out the hospital when he was first born, and he was talking about just the treatments and stuff like that. So the fact that you can, on the other side of your mouth, say something like this to where, I don't know.
Howard Stern said
the same. He said something else the same way.
Forget your freedoms against my freedom of just really, really bizarre things.
And I was talking to you earlier about Joe Rogan's podcast because I'm like, he needs to be careful, you know what I mean? Because he has scientists all up, he always has scientists guests on his show breaking down some of the alternate medicines that can be used. He used what he called the kitchen sink method, where he used a bunch of different medications that are used COVID patients that have seen successes, and he used them all basically. And he got better in 3 days or something like that. He said, I was in the gym day 6.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? And he was pointing out the fact that how mainstream media has basically lied on him and was saying, and they basically put out a bunch of fake stories. We mentioned the fake story about gunshot victims weren't able to be seen because they're overdosing on horse dewormer, and he said, and they had to come out and basically retract that whole article because it was a lie.
Yes, and not only that, Joe Rogan has the resources to bring about real scientists and virologists with 20, 30, and 40 years of experience. It's funny how people are starting to just forget that. You know what I mean? They dismiss all that in light of what Fauci has to say. You can believe whatever you want to believe. You can curtail the truth to benefit you. People do it all the time, right? So if you want to listen to CNN, then it's very easy. You just listen to CNN.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for alternative, you know what I'm saying, outlets of information to make a balanced, educated decision about your life.
Yeah.
So Joe Rogan, if he was a black man, he would be dead already.
Yeah. I'm
Or canceled. You know, beyond.
And they try every 3 months with him. They bring up something. They try every 3 months.
How
with him.
did he get so powerful? In terms of his own show.
I think.
And he's demonstrating. I'm just saying. He's breaking all of the New World Order rules.
I think it's how fair he is, how objective he is.
Got you.
People like us for our perspective. People respect him because he has people on there he can disagree with peacefully. He is well read, so it's not like he's just watching CNN or he's just watching Fox News and regurgitating those talking points. He's well read on a lot of these topics, and if he doesn't know something, you know what he says?
What?
I don't know.
Oh, I love it. I love
You know what I'm
it.
saying? I'm gonna ask this doctor who does know. He'll come on the next episode and he'll teach me.
Wow.
You get what I'm saying? And I think that's what we're missing. Journalism right now is a joke.
Got you. Got you.
For prime example of that, Dr. Anthony Fauci, there were documents that came out on The Intercept. This is a publication that basically showed he was lying. Now, last time we spoke about these emails, we got canceled for a week.
Yeah.
We called a strike.
Yeah.
So that's all I will say to that. But I will say, do your research on that. A lot of people, Senator Rand Paul called for Fauci to get 5 years in prison as a result of lying in prison. Those are not my words; those are his.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Because if you remember the congressional talks that the debates that were going back and forth between Fauci and Rand Paul accused him of just mixing up his words and basically trying to get around the truth. And then as that was happening, people who are supporters of Fauci were going, well, technically he's not lying, but now these emails suggest something else.
Yeah, but people don't want the truth.
No, they don't.
Right? Because if they wanted the truth is out there.
Yes.
They want to be comfortable in the decisions they made. They want their lives to be validated. Someone said Joe Rogan is a real estate agent. Is that true?
I don't know.
Okay.
That could be it.
Because that would answer a lot of questions.
That would answer a lot of questions. And this is I haven't seen this play out yet, but like I've said, there are a lot of jobs who are trying to override religious exemptions, and the real estate community, they love their religious exemptions.
Yes, they do.
I'm waiting to see the clash that causes.
Yes, absolutely. They are super big on their religious exemptions.
You get what I mean?
So, and this Fauci guy, we don't need to go through his history again,
Bro.
This goes all the way back to 20 years ago.
Oh, somebody said no, he's Italian. Okay. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah. So, well, I was about to say something else regarding
Fauci goes back 30 years, guys.
Yeah. Also, I also wanted to say this too. So again, today after the mandates and stuff like that dropped, and all of these things were trending on Twitter. Every time I click on something that's trending, hashtag send Biden to jail, I never see any original tweet that has that in the tweet. It's always people shooting it down. So I'm saying these are manufactured trending topics that kind of get people riled up. They're not real. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are really manufactured arguments that are happening as well.
Got you.
You know what I mean? So pay attention to that.
Yeah, especially when we're speaking about social media.
Yeah. Like, I can literally make something trend and kind of like, you talked about starting something and moving your hand.
Yeah,
like
throwing your hand.
Proxy wars, like letting other people fight for you to kind of get a gauge on what's happening.
Yes.
So, just pay attention, guys.
Just pay attention.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So on Monday we discussed the passing of actor Michael K. Williams.
Yes.
Activist, all that stuff. He had a lot, and the more days go by, like the more I'm learning about him.
Yes.
And his positioning in the communities and things like that. A lot of people had a lot of respect from him. They thought very highly of him.
Yeah, and your reputation always precedes you at some point. And in understanding that, more so than his acting accolades, is what he was doing in his community. And I respect that. Even though, you know me, I had some issues with some of his characters.
I understand.
That he played, but that's neither here or there.
Yeah.
At the root of who he was, it just spoke volumes the way people actually said, no. This wasn't some actor who came every now and then for a photo op. He was truly about his community. So again, we wanted to just put out there that we truly respect him, his body of work, but continue.
So first off, we gotta address 50 Cent. So he put up a post on Michael K. Williams passing, and it was like really just like tasteless. Like, dude, what is your issue?
Yeah, how could you be so insensitive?
He basically mentioned he talked about fentanyl, which we'll get to in a little bit. But he talked about fentanyl. He's like, yo, the fentanyl. If you watch Raising Kanan, fentanyl was killing the clientele. This is crazy. Rest in peace. And he hashtagged some liquors. Like, it's just like, yo, dude, you wrote that out, you read it, and then still posted it.
Still posted that. Yes, absolutely. Poor taste on 50 Cent's part, because timing is everything.
Yeah.
That's like me jumping in and telling you all the things that I didn't like about the characters he played right after he died, and that would be tasteless.
Right.
You know, there's a time and there's a place for everything, and you have to think these things through, because this person has family, friends, supporters, people whose lives he's changed, and they're grieving. So there should always be, you're thinking about your business aspect on the heels of somebody's tragic
that
demise.
That was not a time to promote your show. You know
No,
what I'm saying?
the worst, that's the absolute worst time to promote your show.
It's like what's good? But, and then, I don't know if people just don't know how to, display grief, but then TMZ caught up with Akon, and he basically said, this is an example of how glitz and glamour fame, they hide truth, like they hide people's pain and stuff like that, because then he said rich people have more problems than poor people, and this kind of proves it.
That's the goofiest shit I have ever heard.
Yeah.
So what he's saying is that poor people who can't pay their rent, who have to deal with police brutality,
mandates,
who have to deal with mandates, who have to deal with bad living conditions, who have to deal with whether they're going to have food on the table, that's nothing.
Yeah.
Compared to a celebrity who has millions of dollars, can eat, can travel first class, see the finest things in the world. But because these individuals may have a drug problem, that their problems are more important than poor people. Akon is Akon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And obviously he's not FBA.
No,
I don't want to pull an FBA card.
No, he's not.
But he's so disassociated from the integral vibration of people. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's, how can you sit there and make a statement? Now, if he had said, this demonstrates that rich people also have problems that need to be addressed. Okay, don't put rich people's problems over poor people's problems, because now you're out of pocket. Because what I have always set up here is money is only going to heighten whoever you are, right? So if you have an alcohol problem when you're poor, money is not going to make that go away. Now you have access to the finer bottles of alcohol. If you have sex addiction, that sex addiction is going to manifest now, because now you got 2, 3, 4 women that you can have.
Right.
If you have a drug problem, now you're getting the finest drugs you've ever wanted. So the money will only enhance who you already are. If you was a sucker without money, you're going to be a sucker with money. So money should never change who you are in that sense. You know what I mean? Or it is what it is.
Yeah, and I remember he said something on Vlad, basically saying that Black Americans use slavery as an excuse. Africans, we don't think about it, and it's just that's a very, very, very low hanging fruit statement to say, especially if you're standing from his side. He's from Africa. He's literally from Africa. He has no ties to Black American culture, but he's made a lot of money off Black Americans.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I also want to put that out there as well. He acts like he's better than us because his people didn't go through slavery or whatever he said. But somebody said he might have just worded it wrong. That's what.
Well, maybe.
I don't know, but that's what he said. But he has a history of saying stupid.
But because he has a history of saying really things that are out of touch, I got to take it at face value. We're using slavery as an excuse. Like that shit didn't happen. Like we're not 400 years behind based on the trauma that our people have went through. And your African ass came over here and took full advantage of that. And you're not connected to our struggle. And you connect with Chinese people to build your own fucking city. Are you kidding me? So no, I got to take his statement at face value. And I am one who always try to pick apart how something is said in hopes that I can put it in favor of that particular individual. But for Akon, I just can't do that because what he's said in the past.
Yeah. Somebody said we on Terry. We not. I was just like not even to be the FBA ADOS thing. I was just showing an example of how easy it is to kind of disconnect from somewhere if you're not from there.
And I only use that when it's applicable.
Yes.
Applicable, right? So you know me, I'm not on some old dividing my people on this and that. Yeah. But at times it is applicable, especially when we're talking about how you synthesize with the people. Do you feel my pain and struggle? Could you possibly know as a white man what I'm going through? No. And if I marry a white woman and I'm having pillow talk with her, could she possibly know what I was talking about as opposed to a black woman who's went through the same thing just from a female vibration? No.
Yeah.
Right? So there are times if you just come to this country, right, and you haven't experienced any of that, and wherever you are, you used to working 4 and 5 jobs, and you like white people, because there are a lot of black people in foreign countries, let's just keep it a bean, who love white people. You know what I mean? And they come here and they secretly defend white people against us. And with our struggle, because we need to get our shit together. I'm also one who's also not with victim consciousness. Right? That's something big we preach up here. Pull yourself up. Okay, these things happen, but what do we do from here to help ourselves get out of that situation? So I'm never going to be one to sulk and talk about, well, the white man did this and the reason I can't. No. I have to do those things in spite of racism, in spite of segregation, in spite of police brutality, in spite of low jobs. This is what makes us the most special people on the planet, where they go, God damn, we keep doing these things to these people, and they keep rising. They keep bringing once amongst themselves a messiah type energy who's the greatest ball player, the greatest rapper, the greatest actor, the greatest this and that out of the mud. We bring this shit out of the mud. So we do these things in spite of. And still we rise, as Maya Angelou would say. And with that being said,
we're gonna go to commercial break.
And with that being said, we go to commercial break, baby.
Hello, wealthy family. This is Ascending Infinite Goddess Shanell, and I just wanted to come and connect with you, share some of my time and energy with you, and let you know that despite what you may be feeling during this spiritual journey, you are not alone. I know it may feel like you're going crazy because that's how I felt at the beginning too. But know that you have your entire spirit team, your ancestors, your angels, your higher divine self just waiting to connect with you. So if you're looking for confirmation or you're looking for some answers, you're looking for someone that can help you on this spiritual journey path, visit my website, www.ascendinginfinitegoddess, and let's grow together. I'm here to help you. Thank you for sharing some time with me, wealthy family.
I done got sober since it sound right. Since everybody wanna be cool, I don't mind being lukewarm. The life we know is based on a lie. You see the true form is painful. Find an angle or find an angel. The way you see me light up the sky, it star spangled. If it don't change, you see it as a small setback. If I give grades, you all left back. Take a large step back, like James Harden let off 3, wet that. Beat your buzz, I make your whole budget freeze, check that. Temperature, innovator, my own couture, open doors, transform that shit, now it's a jar. So when I say I'm coming through, it's many more. Set up shop here, quicker than the internet store. I do the chores, at my domain, there's no names, my heart like coke.
And we're back.
And we are back.
Shouts out to the chat and shouts out to our advertisers. Don't forget to support them. Their information is in the description below.
Yes, and my wife is going to send you guys a very special message. Yes.
Yes,
Coming up.
The sales department.
Yeah, the sales department.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because I don't want to have your commercial showing and then I put past due on your video. That'll be fucked up. Your video be playing, you see a big boom, past due. Or you be talking and then I interrupt your audio with my audio. This is customer service. Please contact because you have not made a payment. Wouldn't that be crazy?
That'd be like we'd be taking it too far.
That'd be like, yo, damn,
y'all wild now.
Y'all wild. I was gonna send the payment in. God damn, like what the fuck, son? Yeah, we don't play that up here, son. Oh man, that would be funny. We would never do that.
No, we wouldn't.
We would never do anything of that nature. In fact, our announcement is probably about something totally opposite of the shit I'm talking, you know. But that would be funny.
You're listening to the sounds of Urban X.
So who is somebody you admire? Like somebody that's done well for themselves in, you know, their career in business. Who is somebody you admire?
That's a good question. Do they have to be famous or?
Yes, famous. Famous person.
Famous person who I admire and respect. You know who I like, man? I like Denzel Washington. Not just because of his acting ability.
Okay.
I always felt Denzel carried himself like a man.
Okay.
In the midst of Hollywood.
Okay.
Now, I didn't say he was perfect.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I always felt he carried himself like a man.
Okay. Now, you had a choice to either have dinner with Denzel or $500,000. Which one would you choose?
This is very easy. I'm gonna take the $500,000, Jack.
Yeah.
Quickly.
Yeah. So,
like for that matter, motherfuck Denzel. I will denounce Denzel. As a matter of fact, for $500,000, I will start rumors about Denzel and his family. For $500,000. Shit, I will say this man assaulted me.
Yeah.
For $500,000, I will show you pictures of his wife that I photoshopped with me and her in a bar somewhere, really about to fucking get it. For $500,000, I will doctor up papers that says this man had a relationship with me when I was a little younger. For 500, okay, all right, that's a bit much.
Took it too far.
But yeah, but for 500 grand, come on, son.
So yeah, this comes up every year. I don't know why, and I don't know who keeps reviving this conversation, but it's always, would you go to dinner with Jay-Z or take 500 or take the 500,000?
I saw that trending. Yeah,
it's every couple of years it happens, and I don't understand why. And then there's people who would say they take they would take the dinner with him because the dinner and the information the dinner information could be more valuable than the 500,000. And
well, there are people who do feel sitting down and rubbing elbows with certain individuals, what he could impart on you wisdom-wise. Give me the 500,000.
Yeah, because you know what's crazy? You're gonna have the dinner with him, and he gonna tell you something that you're gonna need.
And you're still gonna be broke.
And you're gonna need 500,000 to
get that shit started. To get the whole goddamn thing started.
Exactly.
It's always it always boils down to the money.
Yeah.
At some point, but if I sat down with Jay-Z, I'd be like, "Yo, son, it's time to get a haircut, my nigga. It's time to let this whole thing go, man. Let the Basquiat thing go, homie. You invigorated his character and all that's great. Let it go."
Yeah, somebody from the Twitter, the title Twitter account, the official title account said take the 500,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take the 500,000 and run.
Yeah, I don't admire anybody that much.
Then watch this. Because they have these master classes where you sit down with very important people. Their time, they may charge you $25,000 a day just to sit down with them. Yeah. I got the 500,000. I would spend 50,000.
Oh, yeah.
With Warren Buffett.
Yeah, okay.
Or somebody.
Okay,
I'm still up 450.
Yeah.
All right, now give me the information. I got the 500 for Jay. Give me the information. Boom.
Because they're gonna tell you to do something, some investment that you won't even be eligible
in position to take advantage of.
And that'd be my problem with financial advisors, because I feel like there is all the budgeting, all the preparation, all that stuff, but then at a certain point you just have to make more money.
Yes.
And it feels like nobody ever wants to address like that elephant in the room. And that could be, learn how to negotiate salary. That could be actually building new skills to where the market calls for you to get paid more. It's a bunch of stuff like that.
It always boils down to that.
Yeah.
Qualifying and disqualifying yourself.
Yes.
Among other things. So when you see brothers and sisters, as you might be starting your business out, don't be afraid to invest. We just did it. Mm-hmm. I went to Atlanta. I invested thousands in going to Atlanta to get some information. He just did the same exact thing to go to Miami. Don't be afraid to up your knowledge level, because rubbing elbows with those who do this is going to put you in the best position to win, and you have to invest in yourself.
Also, I'm not saying financial advisors aren't worth it. I'm saying, I'm saying like the ones who act like their information is just like more special than another one. Right. When the problem somebody has might be they just need to make more money.
Right.
Like no matter what, like you can go through everything. You're budgeting. If you do this, you can save here. You do need to make more though.
You need to make more money, and you need to have formulas in place. Now there are very good advisors that can come in and look at your business and go,
right,
dude, I can show you.
Right.
Hire me.
Right.
And in the next 90 days.
Yeah.
I can increase your business exponentially. There are plenty of great advisors. They have the gift. They know what to do. They can look at your company and tell you exactly. So you have to pay somebody for that. You got to pay people for their time, energy, and money. And that's the problem with people. They go, $1,000 for you to come in and just look my shit over.
Yeah.
Like if you don't believe your company is worth $1,000,
yeah, too.
then you have already determined what type of business you're running. I'm trying to run a multi-million-dollar business, which means I'm going to have to invest money, time, and energy with the right people to get the job done.
And somebody just mentioned Myron Golden. Yo, he did an interview with David Shands from the Social Proof podcast. I've been sharing that episode everywhere. That dude is a monster.
He is what's his name again?
Myron Golden.
Myron Golden, the brother who sat down with David Shands and was giving it up.
Yeah, I was just like...
He changed my mind.
Yeah.
Listen, when you start thinking about your little business, right?
Yeah.
You trying to make, $100,000 for the year, because then you can get you some new shit. And he's talking about 100,000 in a day.
Yeah.
You go, wait a minute. How you even perceive making money? He's talking about making 500,000 in a day, right? And you scratching your head like, how's that even humanly possible?
Yeah.
And that's what he charged. That's what he gets. That's what he does for people on a regular basis. Myron Golden.
Yeah, check it. It's on, like I said, the Social Proof podcast with
Social Proof Podcast.
David Shands. Really, really
this
good.
Brother right here has just opened up the possibilities. And I'm only speaking right now to those who are getting ready to start their family business or getting ready to, they've got rid of the fear and they're ready to move forward. These are some of the things you're going to have to address and deal with. Your mindset, I got people, if I ask them for $500 right now, they'll go, 500, son? Like, you see what we was going through for $5.
Bro.
I don't want to put people out there, but $5. Like a month, like every 30 days. $5. So can you imagine when you sit down, and this is why it's a marriage when you sit down with somebody to start business. If y'all not on the same accord, because we might have to spend 20 grand just on getting some things in order so that we can make 150 grand 3 months down the line. If you can't even perceive that, you're in a shitload of trouble. That means you always gonna have one of them rinky-dink little businesses that never do nothing. You know what I mean? So check out Myron Golden.
Yes.
He is worth your hour and a half.
Definitely.
And the matter of fact in which he speaks, based on how he's speaking, that he's talking truth.
Yeah. Like, it was like no wavering.
Yeah, no wavering, nothing like you go, come on, son. You just trying to say that for shock value. No. So that's our business segment.
Yeah.
But I'm taking the 500,000.
I'm taking that too.
I'm taking the 500.
I was talking to Avery yesterday. I had a lot of people like from
Myron is a black man. Yes,
he is black. Yes, I had a lot of people. Like let's say the start of this show, or just since I graduated from college, that I admired, and then like the more they showed me, I'm just I don't rock with you no more. Like I used to like Mark on my Hill when I first graduated from college. I used to really. I read some of his books and stuff like that. I used to really like him, and then he'll show you people just kind of show you themselves like, oh,
you can watch the persons.
Oh man,
doing all the talking.
That's you.
Yeah. My whole thing is watch the people doing all the talking.
Yeah.
Right? They're gonna tell you something on YouTube. Yes, Social Proof is David Never Sleeps. That's another one of his Instagram pieces.
Is it David Never Sleeps? Oh, yes. Yeah, David Never Sleeps and Sleep is for Suckers.
Sleep is for Suckers. Yeah, that type. And sometimes it's putting yourself in that mindset. Yeah. But yeah, you have to shed people all the time. You know what I mean? Just in life, it could be when it comes to health. It could be a number of things.
Yeah, I used to like Trevor Noah a lot. I thought he was funny, and then I read his book. His book is still amazing. Amazing book. But then I was watching The Daily Show like every day, and I'm just like, okay, with the Trump jokes. And this is 2016.
Yes.
Where it was fun to rip on Trump. You know what I'm saying? It was easy.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wait, every night?
Every night. Same shit.
I just stopped watching, and then it just became corny. You know what I mean? What's going on with Larry Elder? Yes. So Larry Elder, somebody dressed up in... He was marching somewhere. Somebody dressed up in a gorilla costume and threw... What did they throw at him?
I heard something.
They threw something at him. But they're not talking about it as a racial issue because he's a conservative. Interesting. Interesting. It's just interesting the way we talked about the media, the way the media frames what they want to frame. You get what I'm saying? So I just thought that was like, why is that not it was eggs. Like, why is that not a hate crime? But if he was a Democrat, that'd be all over front page news. They would somehow figure out this person is a MAGA wearer, MAGA hat wearer, stuff like that. You get what I mean?
Yes.
But because he's a black man, and he has his own issues too, not defending Larry.
Yeah. Understood.
Because I saw him talking with Candace Owens, and about reparations, and he was just like, well, white people lost their property, legal property, so they need reparations too if we get in that. He said that.
So the legal property they lost was us.
Yes.
And little do you know, they were already
they're already given.
They were given reparations.
Yes, they were
for that.
Yes, they were. But
I'm gonna throw an egg at his ass when I see him myself. Somebody give me his next location. I'm gonna hit him with a dozen.
Yeah.
You know.
Somebody said they also threw a backhand at his face. Oh, they was giving it to him. Got you. So it might have been these liberals are probably the scariest people.
Yes.
I've always grown up to think it was Republicans, but like now, in Biden's America,
scared
of them, B.
And what's up with Kamala Harris?
I think she's waiting her time.
Yeah, because I haven't heard from her in a minute.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I told you, she just came out and said something about the Texas abortion laws and how like the irony in you want autonomy over your body and you don't want anybody to tell you what you do to your body, but then your president, is mandating, what they're mandating.
Interesting
stuff.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So somebody just commented in the chat about Malcolm X, but there's a documentary. When does it drop?
Tonight.
About Malcolm X and Muhammad Ali's bond and journey together.
Their relationship
called Blood Brothers looks really, really good.
It does.
Very excited to watch it.
I actually wanted to watch it before we came on tonight, but we kind of got a little busy.
Yeah.
But it looks like it's going to be one of them documentaries that is worth your time and energy, and just the oddball couple of a Malcolm X with a Muhammad Ali, and yet two of the most iconic figures who I respect more than anybody else in the world. Muhammad Ali for his stance and willing to sacrifice everything he gave up. You know what I mean? As the champ to stand on his principles, and Malcolm X, who was a man of principle. You know what I mean? So these two individuals in particular, and no, I'm not saying either one of them were perfect. I'm not saying any of that kind of stuff. We got to get out of that. We have to always get out of putting somebody on a pedestal higher than ourselves and holding them to standards we won't even hold ourselves to. We do that a lot.
Yeah.
I'm holding that person, but what about yourself? That means you're holding somebody to a higher standard than yourself.
Right.
Therein lies the problem.
Right.
So we're just recognizing that in our lifetime or before our lifetime, some individuals showed up and stood on some principles that changed the world.
Yeah, and it looks good. I saw the little trailer, and I like how Netflix in particular, they've been putting out a lot of docs on some of our black civil rights leaders and things. Remember, they had a whole who killed Malcolm X thing.
Yes.
And it went in depth, and that showed another part of him that I had no idea about. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I'm very curious to see what they do here with these two gentlemen. It looks like some footage that's been unearthed. They're talking to everybody.
Yeah, and one of the questions that was asked is that, did you think Muhammad Ali had any regrets in terms of his relationship with Malcolm? Like, because he did part ways and side with Elijah Muhammad.
Yes.
And, did he regret that? I didn't get the answer in the trailer.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure, you do things and go, damn, I wish I had mended certain, things before certain things came about, because Malcolm was truly marked for death. I want to speak about The Godfather of Harlem.
Oh, man, I didn't see this season at all.
Yes, another amazing, offering on television. And it's showing Malcolm. I've never seen Malcolm this much on TV in a show, and it's showing levels of vulnerability. It's showing levels, even though this is fictitious.
Right.
Him and Bumpy Johnson had a relationship, but they're really, for the sake of TV.
Right.
But it's really giving you an insight on the human aspect of Malcolm, and he knew death was coming. He knew it was inevitable. And I've always wondered what kind of feeling that is.
Right.
Knowing that these days are numbered.
Right.
Anytime I step out in front of whatever, it could be over.
Right.
And I remember taking you to see the movie.
Yeah.
And when they killed him in the movie, I looked over at you, and you looked traumatized.
Yeah, it was the Muhammad Ali movie.
No.
Yeah, because they showed that scene in the Muhammad Ali movie.
Right, but before
that, yeah,
I took you to see Malcolm X.
You did.
And you could have been more than 11.
I was younger than that.
8, 9 years, something like that.
Yeah.
But because that was your namesake,
Right.
and you had read the autobiography
Yeah.
at a young age,
Yes.
I took you because it's a very traumatizing scene.
It is.
And I watched you, and you looked traumatized. And that's the effect I wanted, so that you could understand the magnitude of somebody of this.
That movie is actually on, I think, HBO Max right now.
What?
The Malcolm X, the Spike Lee one.
Oh, the Spike Lee
That's the
one.
only good movie he's ever directed.
Yeah, I will say that.
He's a terrible
I know.
director.
I enjoyed what's that shit
Which one?
with Mookie and Fight the Power. The fucking
You talking about Do the Right Thing?
Do the Right Thing.
It's okay.
I enjoyed Do the Right Thing. I enjoyed School Days.
Okay.
I did. Just listen. I'm not gonna let you just
The Five Bloods. The Five Bloods was okay. No, I did like the Five Bloods. I did like it.
I like
Okay,
Inside Man.
It was trash.
No, I liked Inside Man because it gave Spike Lee an opportunity to expand upon his directing.
Yeah,
it wasn't his normal shit. The shit was pretty good.
He's just like very just heavy-handed in his approach to stuff, and it's annoying. Crooklyn, I've never seen Crooklyn. Avery just got at me for not watching Crooklyn.
Yeah, she's from Brooklyn, so.
Yeah.
And since we're on movies, the Wu-Tang...
The
Wu-Tang
show,
saga continues, nigga. And let me tell you, we binge watched, it was only 3 episodes. Yeah. Shout out Seacrooms, you know what I'm saying, 2 grumpy men, because we was lined up at the same time. He like, I'm going to put these motherfucking kids to bed, and we get this woo shit on, and we were doing the same exact thing in terms of, getting ready to get this woo shit on. And it's good TV.
Yeah.
I'm very surprised that my wife enjoys this segment, because she's not into hip hop like that. She grew up in Brooklyn. She knows all the stuff, but it's real good storytelling. It lends to, when there's good storytelling involved, it's just good storytelling involved.
Right.
So I want y'all to get into the Wu-Tang piece.
I'll check it out.
And then side note, I don't mean to go on this binge. It's this black actor. I don't know his name, right? And I'm watching him on TV. My wife is watching him.
Uh-huh.
And you know how she's like, you see somebody really fixed in on a character.
Mm-hmm.
And the ego in me, I just said to her, do you like him? Before I can even get the shit out, she said, hell yes. I fucking like that nigga. That nigga's the shit. I'm watching this nigga in another fucking episode. The black guy. It was the love story between the girl and the guy. She was a lawyer.
Who was it?
And let me tell you. Yeah, find this nigga, because it's on site when I see this nigga now, because she didn't water the shit down. Like, well, it's a good show. And the show, she said yes. And he was sitting there with no fucking shirt on at the time, just sitting on the couch. And I'm like, fucking lie to me, man. Every now and then, just fucking lie, Tell me no, it's the show. I couldn't even get that shit out my mouth. I said, do you like? Yes. I think that nigga is sexy as shit. And I'm like, well, god damn it.
Oh, that's funny.
Every now and then, just lie to a nigga. Just butter the shit up, water the shit down.
You got it?
Well, god damn it.
Oh, that's funny.
Put this nigga up on the screen, because when I see this nigga, I had to approach this nigga now, because he don't even know he got beef with me. Is
it Kofi? Oh my God.
This Kofi nigga.
Oh,
okay? Kofi. See, somebody in the chat even said, it's this dark chocolate Kofi nigga. With fucking pecs and shit, sitting there and shit. And I ain't gonna lie, no homo. The reason I asked, because a part of me could associate with This nigga. You see, that's the problem with men. Men don't want to admit when another nigga is just a sexy nigga. Like, you think your manhood, my manhood is secure. And I'm sitting there, and this nigga, I got a 75-inch this nigga on the screen, dominating the screen. I'm talking to her about some other shit. She keep blowing me off because she's into this fucking show. And then I see this nigga, and I'm like, yo, what's good? Yes. Yeah, that's what Eli said. Everybody gay a little sometime in Hollywood. It's Hollywood, everybody gay a little sometime. Yeah, this nigga. This chocolate mint nigga. Okay? You know, I mean, you know, just gotta keep it a buck. So this is her new dude. And, you know, yeah, it's just one of those things.
Oh, man.
She ain't flinched. She said yes, nigga.
Let's go to commercial break.
This nigga could get it. Yeah, let's go to commercial break. Yeah. Kofi, nigga.
Yeah, fuck the shit, flip the script and get it right. Rewrite history, so this time we may get it right. Take the jewels from our elders, rock them and wear them tight. Apply it to your life, and so you're not blinded of your sight. It's taken by the white man, cause it's blacks we fight. And we talk that we angry and mad just out of spite. But we too grumpy black men, tired of the lies given to the kid in their lifetime. Real eyes, realize, never fly by me, by we the people, how are we? If we treat it like the dirt beneath our feet, why we trees waiting to grow up, real with knowledge, but whoever show us the names is Bobby making on the seat. We'll bring your mind and show you things you thought you never see. Just be open-minded, take a listen, and you will see just how much truth and knowledge a black man can really speak.
Growth in One are all natural hair, face, and body products designed to grow, rejuvenate, and sustain one's natural beauty. Made from the finest non-toxic ingredients, Growth in One's original formula promises to prevent hair loss, maintain healthy growth, and preserve the overall texture and essence of natural hair. Each one of our products is made from organic essential oils, minerals, vitamins, and proteins to ensure the highest quality of results in every bottle. Whether it's hair growth or skin care, when it comes to quality, reliability, and service, you can be assured Growth in One is committed to the highest standard of excellence. We are constantly growing our product line. Please check out our latest edition, our Amber Aroma Scented Candle. It's hand poured with love. Please visit our website at growthin1.com. Our products are designed to reveal the best version of yourself while including clean ingredients.
Back.
And we are back We're welcoming Odyssey.
Hey,
into the
Odyssey
building.
just got here.
I didn't know you were coming
Me
from
neither.
college.
Great surprise.
I love these surprises.
Word.
My daughter's home from college. Unexpectedly, I'm hoping she's still a student. I'm hoping she's not gangbanging or she's on the run or she needs to hide out. Any of that shit.
I don't know. She look like she on the run.
She on the run. She needs a few dollars.
Shouts out to everybody in the chat. Sierra Frost. I don't know what we do to you. I don't know what the issue is.
Yeah, I mean,
he said we don't read his super chats.
Okay.
But he said, this is what he said. He said Akon made his money personifying the dilemma of Black America. He's no, you know what the thing is. We said that during this thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's why, and then super chats chat goes very fast. We don't see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
We try to get to them all. We don't see them all. We apologize.
We apologize to you.
He is taking it personal.
Don't take it personal. That's not what we're about here. We're not trying to dismiss your message at all. So we'll do a better job of when we see your name in particular.
Just you. We're just gonna read your stuff.
We're gonna read your stuff.
And I hope you get the sarcasm here.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah.
But thank you guys for all the support. We appreciate you. Don't forget to check out those businesses that are in the description below. And if you saw a business on here that you're not seeing a commercial, we have a database on our website, urbanx.nyc, and there is a Black business database we have there.
Yes, because it's about resources.
Yes.
You know, we might have published a company that you could use, and we want to make sure that we document that.
Yes.
Yes.
Also, CF Ross, if you have a complaint, call the supervisor.
Call supervisor.
Call the supervisor.
Call the supervisor. Yes.
Yeah. Somebody mentioned the Vertimax in the Gorilla Prince commercial.
Ooh.
Yeah, that joint is no joke.
Yeah, that'll add a couple of inches to your vertical.
Yeah, that joint is no joke.
And explosiveness and, if you, like I said, if you have a young athlete at home, know and understand you're going to have to invest time, energy, and money into your child's ability like never before. Before, it's just natural ability show up. Now you got to make, that is a company investment. That is what we call a family investment.
Yeah.
Y'all making that investment into so-and-so in hopes that they get that Division I look and take it from there. Yes.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
Yo, staying on sports, there is a football player. He got drafted. Let me get his name. He got drafted number 5 overall, and he's a wide receiver for the Bengals, Jamar Chase, and he right now is complaining about catching the NFL football as opposed to the college football because it doesn't have the stripes. The NFL football is bigger, and they just spent millions on him.
He wasn't a number 5 pick or something?
Yes.
And he's complaining because that stripe...
He can't pick up the football. It's harder for him to pick up the football.
And it's a bigger football.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to have issues.
I'd be sick.
He's going to have major issues. Are you kidding me?
If I drafted him.
Please.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I wanted to talk about fentanyl.
Okay.
And I want to put up a picture of just how what they say an overdose amount of this shit is.
Okay.
I'm very out of the loop with fentanyl.
Same.
And for those who are involved with fentanyl, you see that little white powdery shit to the side of the penny? They saying that's an overdose amount of this fentanyl stuff.
Wow.
And just last week, 4 comedians and 4 individuals overdosed and died at a party or something. And we know they're saying with Michael Williams, fentanyl was involved.
I think he was at the same...
Was he at the same part? But he died at his apartment, though.
Okay. So
he died at his apartment.
Let me make that up.
So whatever's going on with this fentanyl and what it's doing with the advantages of being on this shit, to me, are not outweigh That little amount right there,
Yeah.
you could, man, that shit could be on your pinky.
No, that you could mix that into weed.
That's my point.
And won't see it.
And won't see it. So young people out there, man.
Fuquan Johnson, yes, he was.
Yeah, Fuquan Johnson. Listen, young people, y'all gotta rethink this.
And it seems like it's way more available now. Not available, but it's prevalent.
Right, and I don't know when it was manufactured, how it was manufactured. I'm pretty sure Netflix has something on there or one of these, because I need to bring myself up to speed on what would even possess me to want to take a chance. Now, I will admit, Malcolm, I used to do cocaine back in the days, and I know that it was laced with like horse tranquilizer.
What?
Yeah. We knew that was a little bit of the cut that they would put on it. So I can't be hypocritical here and start, you know. But the horse tranquilizer gave a nice little woo. So
yo, I don't. You know what's crazy? I don't get the like. I don't know why there is an appeal for something that can kill you.
Yeah, with young people.
To like, oh, you remember what movie was that? Don't Be a Menace, when he smoked and he died. He said, oh, past that. Like, I don't get. You remember when people were dying from Four Locos?
Yes.
And people would just still drink. I saw like 3 cases in a row. I was like, I'm good.
Yes. See, what happens
and then
is,
I got to college.
As for young people, we think we're invincible.
Yeah.
Right? And when we was doing our little thing, it never fathomed in our mind that this horse tranquilizer can fucking kill me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It just never. So perhaps that's the times we in now with this fentanyl shit. These young people think, it ain't gonna happen to me. And I'm telling you, as an elder, somebody who survived some shit, you know, because we had to drink milk and shit to come down on. I don't know. Don't ask me what the connection was.
Okay.
We would drink fucking milk to come down off of cocaine and horse tranquilizer back in the day. So.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's and you know what's crazy? One of the Fox News hosts connected the fentanyl with the border crisis and said that could have killed that connection there, and he made the connection to Michael K. Williams dying. So that was cheap.
That's very cheap.
Very cheap.
Very, very cheap.
Yeah.
Somebody said heart palpitations and.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. And somebody said it was a part of a patch.
What did Malcolm say? I was talking about the Four Loko drinks. They had an old formula.
Yeah, old formula.
And I don't know, it was giving people heart attacks. Like, I don't know what it was doing to people, but them drinks were killing people.
Yeah, Black Cherry. I used to do a lot of shit back in the days. It's probably why my brain is scrambled the way it is now. True story.
You are tuned into the sounds.
I did so much drugs that by the time I turned 21 and was legally able to drink, I stopped. I need you to process that for a minute. I was doing so much shit that when I was legally able now to do it, I stopped.
It happens that way.
Yeah.
So, the Matrix 4 trailer, Matrix Resurrections, that dropped today. And some people had mixed feelings about it because I thought the story ended at 3 and then 4, and Lawrence Fishburne's not in it. He's not Morpheus.
That pissed me off.
Yeah.
Maybe because I'm just a Lawrence Fishburne. I'm so programmed. The Matrix has me programmed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To the point where when I saw the new young guy, okay, but but I think the storyline looks good. Give me the rundown.
So there's a guy. He has a YouTube channel. It's called Geekdom. I think Geekdom 101, something like that. But he does geek content, Dragon Ball Z, stuff like that. But he got a plot leak about this movie months ago, and I watched it. And then what he gave, and then what I saw from the trailer is basically like what he said. He said that apparently Neo at the end of Matrix 3, Neo created the new Matrix. Right? I don't know if you remember the architect. He said this is the 7th version or the 6th
version of this.
So he created the new Matrix, and his character Neo, his character in this, has been in the Matrix so long he forgot about all of those past events of the first 3 movies.
Sort of like Inception.
Right, he's kind of just
your totem.
Yeah, it's just
you don't know where you at.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. Yes.
So he's been going to this therapist, and the therapist I think works for like the agents or something like that, and he's kind of keeping him down. That's why in the trailer you see him. He keeps taking his medication, but they blue pills.
Yes. Yes.
And if you remember, it was a blue pill, the red pill. The red pill was to get out of the matrix.
Yes. Yes.
Right. So apparently. Morpheus, like the guy who's playing Morpheus, he's still the same character, but just a different program, I believe.
Okay.
And that's why he looks younger. Trinity is back in it. And I think I'm giving spoilers away, she is the one in this movie. Like she's gonna like get her powers and stuff like that. And I forget the rest of it, but I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, I mean, I've invested in the first three, and shout out to Sophia Stewart.
Yes.
Who is the true architect of these Matrix movies.
Yes.
Who I had the pleasure, I told you, of having dinner with way back then when these movies first came out. And she was truly the oracle.
Yeah.
She wasn't faking the funk. She was bout it. And I walked away from that meeting knowing that she wrote those movies. And shout out to the Wachowski women.
They're the sisters. Wachowski just...
The sisters now?
Yeah, that's crazy. They were the Wachowski brothers, and they both trans.
They both trans. Yeah. And now they are the Wachowski women, sisters.
Yeah, sisters. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't know if they both directing this one. I think one of them is, but
okay. I mean, I'm gonna give it my $20.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out.
I'm definitely gonna check it out.
And I think it's coming. I think it's gonna be on
Christmas.
And it's gonna come on HBO.
HBO Max.
Yeah, I'm checking that out. I got to.
I got to do that.
Yeah, and apparently, they make every movie a feminist message somehow. So of course.
Speaking of feminist message, Raven.
Yes.
That's so Raven.
Simone. Yes.
Her reboot. I forget the name of her new show. Raven's Home. They approached her and asked her, did they want her character Raven to be a lesbian?
Yeah.
Because she has come out privately, in the public in her own personal life, and she said no. She said Raven is Raven is Raven. Don't tinker and try to revise history. Leave Raven's character, and I applaud that.
Right.
Because she could have took the stand. This is who I am, and infused her own personal agenda.
Yeah.
There's that word again.
Yeah.
Agenda.
Yeah.
Into characters that kids grew up with, who already have a mindset of who Raven was. So applaud Raven Simone for saying no.
Yeah, because she's usually off on the deep end with everything else.
Yes.
But with this one, she was on point.
She was on point. I give it to her.
Yeah. Because who knows? So you remember when we reported on Banksy, that the artist Banksy, his painting going up for sale. He didn't want it to go up for sale, and then he showed up at the auction and he pressed the button and got it shredded.
That was some gangster shit.
Yeah. So apparently that same painting is back up for sale. It's half shredded still, and that was worth 6 times more than it originally was.
Absolutely, because the event itself had turned that into something else.
Yeah.
But the fact, the wherewithal that he could put a shredder in his photo that sat behind the photo that nobody knew was there, that they tried to auction off his shit, and he started shredding it in real time. That's some gangster shit, man.
Very interesting stuff.
And art is subjective. People want it for what it is.
Well, speaking of art, Basquiat's friends and family came out and got mad at Jay-Z and Beyonce for that Tiffany
As
ad,
they should.
because they said like that wasn't.
He was so anti that glitz and glamour stuff that now you're putting him in a space, his energy, his character, his avatar, which Jay-Z now has embodied. The avatar of Basquiat, you're putting it in a space that he wouldn't be in.
Yeah.
If anything, keep with the tradition of what Basquiat was about, and maybe we look the other way.
Right.
Yes.
Get your questions ready, guys.
Yes, I too would be mad.
So, are we doing? We're not doing the Hulk today, right?
No, we're not going to do a Hulk today.
We'll be back next week with the Hulk.
Yes,
with the
we'll
live
be
Hulk.
back. Yes.
Okay.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So Burger King announced like a list of like 100 or so, 120 ingredients that they are permanently deleting from their menu, permanently banning from their menu, and they're artificial flavors.
Well, clap that up. Shit. 120.
Yeah.
God damn. Like, what the hell was their food made of?
Yeah, it's a lot, and I don't know what these chemicals are. Brown FK, brown HT, what is this? Green S. I don't know what any of this stuff is.
And all of that stuff is probably in every single burger you eat. And you want to know why you have cancer. Yeah. True story.
Yeah, and I think I don't know. I'm always skeptical of any moves like this from companies that don't really benefit. Or, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Burger King is fast food. We understand what fast food is. So to just to ban 120 artificial ingredients that probably are there to make your food cheaper, like for your bottom line, what is that going to do?
Well, here's the thing. In other countries, that stuff is already banned.
True.
You know what I'm saying? When you eat fast food, even though they know it's fast food, right? Even they have a conscience of what fast food should be. Only in America, through the FDA and all that, do they allow you to put all of these weird ingredients. So now maybe Burger King, maybe they're under new management. Maybe Burger King has come and said, you know what I mean? We have to clean up our image because more and more people are aware of certain things now. You know what I'm saying? Young people are woke, for whatever that's worth.
Murder burgers.
Murder burgers, yeah. Murder burgers. True story.
Who's winning the Cowboys versus the Bucks?
The Bucks are up 21-18. Close game.
Oh, wow, okay.
Close game, but Cowboys just turned the ball over.
Oh, okay.
And now Brady is about to do what Brady does.
Question for the chat: are y'all watching the game? Do you see like a lot of they're doing a lot of like the college numbers now? Like, you know how like a safety could be like number 3.
Yeah,
I don't know if I like it.
Well,
I like the NFL to have standards or something. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's changing around us every single day.
Speaking of the NFL, Cam Newton said that he's not retiring.
Yes,
even though he got cut. So, I hope he doesn't try to take like the Kaepernick stand and try to like become a martyr, because
that's not going to work.
It's not going to work. Yeah.
No, especially if your stance is on not taking the jab.
Yeah.
Like, I stand for not taking the jab. They're gonna be like, okay, watch this.
Yeah, that's argument is so. They're showing you how easy it is to turn like the entire country against you when it comes to that. Yo. It's crazy.
Absolutely.
Especially in the media and on social media.
Especially.
Yeah.
Yep. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Gronk just scored. See, we got people in the chat telling us what it is. Let's get some questions.
Yeah, let's take some questions, guys. Jay Nightmare, man. I feel like you've been missing, man. What's up?
What's up, Jay Nightmare? And where's my man Reek Judah?
I haven't seen him in a minute either.
Where you at, Reek?
Haven't seen him in a minute.
We got a new brother in there, J.K. Frost.
CF Frost,
CF Frost.
Yeah. But he donates, though.
Okay. That's true.
Yes,
at least he put his money where his mouth is. Now, I'm going to hit you niggas with a little $5, but y'all fucked up.
Yeah.
And I go, thank you for the 5. You're right about that. We're going to work on that. Now, we appreciate everybody here, and your opinions. This is not a dictatorship in any shape, form, or fashion. We listen to what people have to say. That most unvaxxers are PhD blacks and blacks.
Thoughts.
I've never heard that before.
No, this black woman said that. And she was a PhD. And she was just talking about the testing and things like that, and how viruses move and how they evolve and things like that. And I don't think that's hard. You know what I mean? Like, black people, we already have a suspicion of the government, and we don't like people telling us what to do anyway.
Yeah, Jay Nightmare said we the ones been missing.
You're right.
Facts. Boom. Drop bomb.
You're right.
Drop bomb.
Right. Touche.
Drop bomb. That. Yeah.
Touche. I ain't even.
Yeah. Got drop bomb.
I ain't even mad at that. We take that on the chin. You right.
Yep.
But yeah, and PhDs, obviously, you have, especially if you're in the science
Yes.
field, you have a different understanding of what these things are.
Absolutely.
So, that's probably what it is. That's probably what it's about. I don't know.
Questions.
Say low percentile in our community. Yeah. Whatever happened to the app that magically appeared on everybody's phone? I think you can turn that off.
Right. I think you have an option.
Yeah. Does Kendrick Lamar have a Nas essence, and does Drake have a Jay-Z essence?
Those are good points to make in terms of the invention, not reinvention, but the energy. So I could associate Nas, Kendrick with yes, and Jay-Z being more fugazi, more out there. Yes, I could see that.
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely could see. Just like I could say Rakim and Big Daddy Kane.
Okay.
Rakim came on the Nas and Kendrick Lamar. Big Daddy Kane was a little bit more flamboyant.
Yeah.
He had bars and everything, but he was fur coat type. So yeah, you see it becomes like an archetype now. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Somebody said, what if they told you to shut your show down and take the shot? That's easy. We can shut the show down.
We're gonna shut the show down.
It's easy.
That's easy breezy.
Yeah, somebody tried to make very, very weak argument on Instagram earlier this week, and that's another thing. I decided no more for me.
Yeah, you gotta let it go.
No more. I'm sorry, guys. No more for me.
Gotta let it go.
Yeah, no more arguing with people. I'm sorry. Somebody said, no, Kendrick is Compton. Stop. I don't think they were trying to talk about the...
No, we didn't mean like that. We meant in terms of social awareness, the bars, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The mystique. Put out music when they want to put out music, not necessarily for sales.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff when we say Nas, Kendrick Lamar, we're not talking about where he's from and proximity, none of that kind of stuff. Just saying, if you had to make a comparison between Nas and Jay-Z, they're saying, would that be Kendrick Lamar and Drake? And I just said, that's a great assumption.
What happens if Biden pressure OSHA to enforce the jab for work safety issues? I think that's gonna go to court regardless. Because there's the amendments, and then there's amendments to the amendments, and this only works in interstate travel and stuff like that. So I just say let's see how that plays out in court.
That with them trying to mandate jab for medical attention, what they do for your dialysis, you have a backup plan. No, I don't. My life for the last 17 years has depended upon a machine that cleans my blood for me. And that's where I'm at with it. In hopes that it doesn't get to that point. Now, I got a couple of tricks up my sleeve that I'm holding in my back pocket to ensure that, if a situation comes about of that magnitude, but I'm at their mercy when it comes to that. And I believe we've already discussed that openly about it is what it is.
And do what's best for you. We're not...
Right, you got to do what's best for you. So right now my stance is I'm not budging. But if it came simply down to life and death, and I had no other options, that's a no-brainer. I'm going to go in and do what I have to do, and I'm going to tell you I did it. That's the type of shit I'm on. I'm not going to ever come up here and tell you some other shit. I'm going to be like, look, that moment has come for me. Pray for me. Hope that, you know what I'm saying, I can still be up here. Because if I start
that's not funny. Yeah, that's the free world boys thing.
Then shit. It just happened in real time and shit. I don't know what else to tell you, man. So that's what it is, right? But right now, that is not an option for me. So I don't worry about it. Yeah. Great question, though.
Yeah, that was a great question. How do you think 2022 is gonna look? Oh man.
Ooh.
I don't know. I think I don't know. I think more of the same.
I think, listen, when they take something away, they never give it back, bro.
And I've been trying to explain that to people.
So stop thinking it's going to get better. So y'all, a lot of y'all falling for the nonsense. Yo, just take it, because we got to get back to those days are gone. 9/11 is here now, right?
Yeah.
20 years ago, we haven't got back the shit we lost since then.
Yeah.
They keep taking and taking, and we thought that was going to be a one-time event. They implemented the Patriot Act, among other things, which gives them the right to do whatever they want. And nothing has been replaced that better. You just kind of incorporated it into your life, and now they have taken away your ability to choose what's right for you and your body.
And what's going to happen is now, I feel like you've seen... or the government themselves have seen the magnitude of their powers when something is labeled an emergency. So we've been seeing a lot of just wild storms lately. So they're gonna now. The next thing is going to be climate change emergency, something like. And then
when I tell you these were rain bombs,
like
process that. These were fucking rain bombs. I've been here 53 years on Earth. I've never seen nothing within a 4-hour period, the amount of water that falls. It's unnatural.
Yeah, so like be careful what just think about what they could take away in guise of we doing this for climate change. Like they can do something that immediately would change the way the earth is warming or so forth. You get me?
Yeah. But they're gonna sell that shit to you.
And then the next emergency might be like terrorism in the States, so we got to get out everybody's guns or something like that.
Yeah.
Pay attention to that too, because what's happening in Australia is bonkers. Somebody I forgot the woman, I don't know the woman's name, she just slipped up today and said New World Order in regards to the tracing apps.
Mm-hmm.
And tracing and contact tracing. She said that today. That was trending today.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's what we're up against. And it's only gonna get worse. It's just gonna get worse.
Have y'all seen Utopia on Amazon Prime? No. I'll check it out though.
Yeah, I gotta check out a lot of shows. I have a lot of shows to check
it out. Somebody else asked a good question earlier. I'm trying to look for it. Somebody said 2022 will include the beginning of the fourth industrial revolution. What happened to common sense? Eli talks a lot about that actually.
Got you.
In terms of crypto and things like that, he talks a lot about that. So
got you.
Check it out. Read the book Propaganda. Should be required reading by. Okay, I'll check it out.
We will check those things out. Cowboys just scored. Yep. I was gonna wear my Cowboy jersey tonight, number 21. And Malcolm kind of frowned up his face. He was like, "Come on, son. This ain't Eli's show." Yeah, I'm like, okay, all right. Just saying.
Yeah. But guys, remember I told you at the beginning of the week I deleted my Twitter app. Stress free. Oh man. Like today it came back because I had to find stories for the actual show.
Yeah, right.
But it was just kind of like, I don't know. I was easy. I was living easy. So
okay.
Definitely give social media a break, man.
When you can.
Please do. There's great books on it. Digital minimalism. Real great books on it.
All right. With that being said, guys.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any questions. We appreciate you.
We do.
Thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah, Monday we coming back full steam.
Monday after show and all that stuff.
Yeah, we coming back full steam for you, baby.
And for the people who won the yearly memberships, you're gonna expect an email from me. You'll get your password and stuff like that so you can log in, and a video showing you how to do it.
Yes.
I feel good about that.
Yes.
And with that being said, peace. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Yes.
We're trying to get our plaque this year, guys.
Yeah. Help us get this.
Help us get our plaque.
This 100,000.
You know what I'm saying?
Plaque.
Peace.
Peace.